this is honestly something I wouldn't trade for the world. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was really cool. That's as simply put as that. I mean, the people, the food, the sights, it was really cool. And it's definitely something you can't replace. It's definitely something you can't mimic. And it's definitely something different. That does not normally fall into your lap. You're getting the opportunity and you really need to take advantage of it because it's really that much fun. Especially if you can go with a friend. I mean, the fact that if I could go back and go with my high school friends to a trip like China and try different foods and laugh with each other and meet people, I mean, you'd have to pull me away from an opportunity like that. I mean, this sounds, trust me, if we're overloading it, it's really that much fun. It's really that. And the sights and the temples and the people are amazing. There's just something about leaving and remembering you walked on the Great Wall, or you met these great friends. And it was really cool. It was something that you'll never forget.
I think for me the favorite part is probably the food. I really like the food just because it was so different. Sometimes you had to guess what you were eating. Most of the time you knew though, but...
The food was fantastic. I mean, you have some weird stuff. You have a variety of, I mean, we had duck tongue, we had pig feet, we had chicken feet.
Cow stomach.
Pig head, cow head. We had some strange food, but then some fantastic food. The noodles, the dumplings. Oh, we had dumplings like every day. The dumplings, some of the food was just extravagant. It was really good. Yeah. The sushi was good.
Yeah, even the weird stuff like the stomach, the chicken feet, duck feet.
It wasn't bad.
Like,
it was good.
It actually tasted fairly decent. The texture was a little bit getting used to, but that's just a cultural difference of America and here, and I think I definitely appreciate more some of the food we have here, but at the same time I still really enjoyed. I think I also liked the attention that we got over there because we stick out a little bit.
You're a superstar when you're over in China. I mean, and there wasn't a time when people weren't comparing his height or staring at him or taking pictures with him.
Or just smiling or trying to sneak a picture with their phone or something of any of the three of us, really. Yeah,
they would ask us for our pictures a lot on the street. They would ask us, I mean, they would talk to us. And if anybody could speak English over there, they talk to you. And they're very friendly. It's not like they look at you like you should get out. They look at you almost like, oh, what are you doing here? And they either talk to you or they just kind of stare at you. Staring is definitely something that they don't have a problem with. They can be like right here, and while you're eating, they just kind of look at you. So you eat and you kind of look over at them.
Even if you look back at them, they don't break eye contact. They just,
like in America, you quickly look away. They don't look away. They just keep. Right when you get there, they ask you about basketball players. Like, I played in high school, but they just love the game and they love to play, and they're not extravagantly good at it. So that was helpful. So Richard, my favorite teacher, probably there, the nicest guy you'll ever meet in the world. He will laugh, he'll talk to you, he'll help you, he introduced us to his family. One day I was helping him with his English lessons that he teaches, and a teacher runs in the room and says there's a pigeon in the building, and I didn't know what was going on, and he jumps up from his desk and he gets all excited, and he's like, "Come on, stupid pigeon!" And I had no idea what that meant, but I just ran out in the hallway with him anyway, and he starts yelling at me to shut the doors and windows, so I start shutting the doors and windows in the hall, and he points up to a window and there's a pigeon. I didn't know what the matter was. I thought he was going to throw it out. Well, he walks up to it, and all of a sudden I'm looking, wondering what he's going to do, and he just grabs it out of the air, and he just holds it. Then perfectly fine, walks over to me, asks me, and he offers it to me. He goes, "Here, Phil, you want?" And I was like, "I don't want the pigeon." He goes, "You don't have oven at home?" I was like,
"You want us to eat it?"
I didn't know how to. So I was like, "What?" And I was like, and he goes, "Okay." And then he comes in the classroom, and the woman teacher that told him this was all happy and brings out a shoebox, and he puts the pigeon in the shoebox, and he slides it on the desk, and he sits down and starts reading his English lesson again. And all this time happened in 2 minutes, and I'm sitting here just like, what just happened? And then as I'm leaving the classroom, he offers me, he's like, "Oh, do you want pigeon? Do you want to take with you?" And I was like, "That's okay. I don't need a pigeon." It was okay.
English at least enough to be able to communicate with you and be able to understand what's going on. But I kind of found that we had to take that first step of initiating contact, of just being an outgoing, friendly person. And then they opened up very quickly, and then other students would come in to listen to what we're saying, or to just say hello to us, or, "What is your name?" And then they would, we'd ask them the same, and they would tell us their English name, because they all have an English name too. Going to the markets and bartering for whatever, you can find anything there.
Yeah. Shopping is a blast. That is, I mean, the top two things in Shanghai would be the food, people, and then the third would have to be the shopping. I mean, shopping was a blast. I mean, they're a little extreme because you're Caucasian and they assume you're on vacation, they assume you're wealthier. And so they'll come at you, they'll be like, "Oh, sir, you want this, you want this?" And that's just how they do it. It might seem aggressive, they'll grab you even. Argue, down, and they, no. And then you just walk away and they're like, come back. And it's really a lot of fun, the shopping whole experience and being around all day. It's really cool.
Yeah. And just another good thing for me was just knowing that, like, in America we have our view of what that culture, the Chinese people are. And I found my view changed for the better, definitely, from going over there. I definitely view them in a different way, because at first I really didn't know how, to view them, but I definitely have more respect for the culture and more of an appreciation.
Also coming home and being able to tell your friends and family that you're in the Forbidden City, that you watch the new James Bond movie and you can see the Shanghai skyline, and you're like, "I was there many times, I was there at night, I saw fireworks there." It's really an experience that you won't forget, and to have this opportunity is something that a lot of students would really benefit from. Even just going abroad, anybody will tell you catch a bug. Anybody that's ever gone abroad, you want to go again. And just coming back from China, I want to go to Peru now, I want to go to Rome now, I want to go all over. And while I wanted to before, just that one-time experience out of the country, you really get a sense of who you are and how to survive. You get a confidence.
Do this, and I say go for it. This is a great experience. It's life-changing. How often are you going to get a chance to go to China?
Just to meet them and to host a student over in this family would honestly be something really fun and interesting.
From China over here is going to probably change their life. Maybe more than it would change yours for you to go over there. In America here, I think our view of China is like, yeah, it's a cool place, stuff is made there. But in the United States, like, that is the destination for students in China to come here. It would literally change their life in many ways. And for you to be that huge of an influence in somebody's life, it's hard to even fathom right now until you've done it. You know, they want to know what music you listen to. They want to know what kind of food you eat, what kind of books you read, what do you do for fun. So anything that you could share with them, they would be so appreciative and just eat it up. But I think that's what we as American society need to do, is start sharing our lives more with other people, be more giving and not such a receiving culture, and say, what can I do for somebody else instead of someone just pouring into me the whole time.
I said that one of my main reasons for going over there was my resume, and I'm a big planner, and I like to plan ahead for my future and my career, because I think that just puts me up that much more kind of opportunities that, I mean, for both of us, we're like, well, our resume is going to look fantastic. The fact that we can go to employers and say that we are globally aware individuals, that we had this adventure, that we had this experience in our life, is something that's unique and something that others will not have. And while you're in high school now, you're going to be applying for colleges soon, if not already. And this is something that definitely, whether you're going to China or you're just hosting a student, this is something that really, A, it's different, and B, many universities, Madison especially, is a multicultural organization in itself. And half of their staff is from around the world. So when you have this kind of resume that says, well, not only am I a good student, not only am I the captain of this team, not only am I this, but I reach out and I took in a host family, or I was part of this academic program where I went to China, and I went and I learned and I studied and I did these things. It really shows a lot to not only what you are like, but your character and what you strive to become.